wash my eyes from the tears of what was, I feel heaven redefining me. This hopeless bridge I'm walking on is hard for me to explain. But one day, I'll be able to fully express
I could do that, bro, on
that
spot.
I'll never be this broken
Oh, you can
again.
do it on spot?
Yeah, I can do it on the spot.
Bro, this video is like 7 shots, bro. It's 7 shots.
I think it all started like from just coming from a place of finding like love for yourself and stuff like that, and just kind of tapping into that and like the trials and tribulations of finding love for yourself, and just thinking about like the frustrations I have, you know, fully like loving myself and stuff like that. And I know like other people around the world can kind of relate to that, and so I wanted to showcase something in my work that kind of shows that in a way, through body expression, emotion. If you can kind of relate to that in my picture, then, you know, I think I did a good job. So that's kind of where it came from. And then I hit up Justin, and I was like, hey man, I got this idea, and I've been sitting with this idea, and, you know, I want to do it. You know, once I have an idea, like I want to do it. Like, it's not gonna come out, it's not gonna go out my head until I do it. So, you know, I hit up Justin, I was like, let's make it happen, and we made it happen. So white, as most people know, is like the symbol of purity, innocence, and I feel like we lose that sort of innocence as we grow older, and realize that we've been conditioned a certain way, and we lose that kind of childlike free spirit in a sense. And because as a child, we didn't care much about what people think about us. We just did what we felt was, you know, beautiful to us. It was a beautiful experience to us, so we did it without no care of judgment or whatever. And as the way we kept being conditioned into, no, you're not supposed to do that, or you're supposed to look this for a certain way, and to the point where you kind of questioning who you truly are. And so I chose white in the sense of that. We need to get back to that purity, to that innocence, that childlike kind of spirit. And same thing with the flowers as well. In there is just to show that love to you. And then the blindfold, same thing. White, being white, just sometimes we get blinded by, you know, other things, and we don't see clearly in us. The blood is just, man, just all the built up anger, frustration, just boiling inside you, and you know, and when you cry, you know, and it kind of symbolizes like just angry tears, you know, just flooding, you know, bloody tears, you know, and that's how I feel sometimes when you're trying to find yourself, and yeah. And yeah, so that's what it symbolizes to me. I'm sure people can relate to that as well. Honestly, going back to the Bible, I'm very kind of like, when it comes to the Bible, it's very symbolic in a way. And I'm pretty sure in Scripture it says that man came from dirt, and if we can kind of showcase that in a way where we came from, instead of being around all this like technology, city life, just being in that nature, being free basically, you know, and the calmness of the water, just being in nature, man, can really just kind of get you to that center place, that tranquility, I would say. And that's kind of the vibe I got from that location, and just the whole wrapping up the whole concept of my idea. Honestly, just knowing that they can relate, you know. I just want people to relate or even if they don't relate to themselves, like they know other people that can relate to that, you know. Just knowing that, you know, it's a progress, you know, it's an everyday journey to loving yourself fully, you know, and to try to just, you know, be mindful, be centered, be present, you know, and know that, you know, it will come too. It will come. If you keep putting in the work, you will eventually find peace in yourself and truly love yourself. And I really want people to understand that, you know, and really tap into that. So that's what I would say.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited, you know, cause I like to approach like art in this way, just personally, and you know, me personally. But no, I like to approach art in this way, but I think the biggest thing is just like being able to do it with somebody that I trust, to like, you know, that knows what they're doing too. I know one of my friends, she always tell me like, back at home, I don't really trust people to like do certain stuff like this. But I think it's because like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. So for me, it was kind of cool to be able to be on the other side and not have a tripod set up trying to like approach something in this way. So it felt good. It felt good in that way. So in the moment starting off, I was like, bro, these rocks hurt. These rocks hurt my feet. We out in Texas and it's nippy, you know, it's cold. It's cold, so it was cold. So it was kind of rough at first, but then I don't know, like after all the like prep work that we did beforehand, me hearing what you wanted it to be, me kind of like going back in my pain and my hurt and kind of like channeling those like memories again, and even some of the current stuff that's still going on, you know, like kind of hitting that. I was like, okay, I can do this. So all of the other stuff kind of like went out my head. So the initial like feeling was just like, okay, like I gotta like channel this so that whoever is looking at this will feel what they should feel by, you know, by this, you know, and even if people don't like feel the exact feeling that I felt in that moment, them feeling something was like the main thing I was trying to like get across from by what you told me. So yeah, so you know, anything creatively, you know, I chase that high because it's something that I can't fully like express or like translate for people, but it's like going out and doing something, knowing that you should feel tired, you should feel like depleted, or you should feel like, you know, like ready to go home. But it's like, after that, I felt like, okay, like what's the next thing? Like, are we going to do something tomorrow? Like, we going to do something like the next hour? Like, I was just ready. And I feel like that's that, I call it like creative high, you know? And I'm gonna be honest, that creative high is unmatched. It's unmatched. So it felt good. What they call it, adrenaline. It was an adrenaline rush. I got in the car and I was just like, bruh, like, and then I started to feel things after the adrenaline rush kind of like settled in, like kind of like went away, but it felt good. It felt good.
I think it was, I was trying to make a connection between the words that were being spoken and the visuals that would come out on the screen. And on our drive out to the shoot, I tried to make a list. I was driving, I was whipping it. So I told Marcellus to take down some notes, and then he sent it to me. And realistically, when we got there, it just all went out the window. But it was good that I thought through that while we were driving over there, so that way I could have an idea of creating like a visual connection to the audio. Because audio is what tells a story realistically, but the visual is what keeps people interested. So getting the connection of what you hear and what's being talked about in the audio, and a connection to what you see, I felt like that was important. I feel like it was a very ethereal type of feeling, because we're going out to the water, going out to kind of create something that is gonna make somebody feel something. So the music that we listen to out there is that, I think it's called Novo Amor, but it's just a very like floaty kind of vibes for music. And I felt like that was a good vibe to put us in that correct headspace, so that when we get there, it's matching the overall feeling of what we're trying to create. That's just simple storytelling to me. Storytelling on the side of visual things, because I'm a very technical. The creativity lies within my friends here. And on the technical side of things, I know that if I am able to create different looking images, then I can use the feeling from one and the connection to the audio. And it's just always good to make sure that you capture environmental shots so that you can set the scene for what's going on. You collect the context, you capture the emotion, and then you see the detail of what's going on within the environment.
Yeah.
Honestly, the editing was kind of rough because I had in my mind an idea of what I wanted to do, and the shoot, and it never turns out exactly as you see it beforehand. You get there and you forget one thing, you get something else, the camera doesn't do what you want it to do, whatever it is. And then you get back into the editing and you gotta kind of shape what you've created into what you've captured into what you're trying to create. And so the first draft, honestly, I finished it up and I was like, man, this ain't really it. And so I turned the computer around, we look at it all together, and with some input from Joe, input from Marcellus, we made it happen and we turned it into what it is. Error is the first step into creating something. I tell people all the time, all of the best shots, all of the best things that I've created always happen on accident within the idea of what I'm trying to do. And so if I get out there and I'm just focused on this and this and this and this, then I'm never gonna create something that is like gonna have a feeling to it or a character to it. But within that situation, when you get into the shoot, you start tapping in, you start just kind of feeling the situation as you go. You hit the checkpoints, and then within that, you also make a little error here, make a little error there. Don't delete that stuff as you go, because then you get into post editing. You're like, yo, that douche slide.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Error is step one to creating something great.
You would think this skin would shine. God made man from dirt, but the struggle of life continues to make a sound beneath the ground. Rough around the edges, I feel it coming now. Like maybe I'm not enough for a world that continues to put you down. Gifted but not noticed, seen but out of focus. I feel like I'm walking with people that view me from their rear view. Maybe if I hide myself, there'll be nothing for them to see through. Mirror reflections getting dirty again, I'm forgetting who I was. As I wash my eyes from the tears of what was, I feel heaven redefining me. This hopeless bridge I'm walking on is hard for me to explain. But one day, I'll be able to fully express that I'll never be this broken again.
Mm-hmm.